Alright, so the potentiometer would go where the speaker used to be, and it happens to align. But you do have to take the speaker out to get this deal to work.
Alright, kid, you ready?
This is normally it doesn't take so long. Alright. Right there. So we have our ground, which connects to the negative terminal of the battery case. Let's get a good connection. This part right here is the tricky part. This is where the crystal used to connect to the circuit board, and it's been cut. That's where the trace was, and I just cut it so I can inject the signal. And on a Game Boy, you can use a spot above the trace to solder your input. Well, technically it's the output from the LTC, but it's to one of the legs of the crystal. And verify that that's the output. Yep, it's the output. 5 volts on the Game Boy goes right here. The DC jack seems to work pretty well, and it's controlled by the switch. Alright, so plug the ribbon in so the top half works. The module goes in this slot right here. Seems to be sufficient room and closes just fine. You know, bend your wires however you wish. Alright, this kind of goes all together, and hopefully it works. Okay, looks like it's working. You adjust the pitch. Oh, one more thing that I completely forgot, and we'll address it in a second. Volume. This is the thing where it crashes. So, luckily, on this circuit board, there's a trace that you can cut. You'd basically cut the trace. This is a trace from the potentiometer that goes into the chip, and you would cut the trace that goes there, and exposing 2 of the pads. So now you can put a resistor in. Alright. With these kinds of mounts, you want to first make a little blob, like the surface mount boards, and then just glue this guy on there. Let it stick.
What value resistor?
This is a 10K.
Okay.
Seems to work the best.
And this will keep it from crashing?
Yes. And in theory.
Okay.
It's going to prevent the frequency from going too high.
Mm-hmm.
There you are. And this is probably the highest range you're
I can play Super Mario with that.
Oh, yeah?
Now I can play Super Mario at that speed.
500K pot usually works the best for this. And the screen, the refresh rate obviously gets messed up.
Ooh, 4-in-1. What cartridge do you have in there?
It's Chester.
Ah.
You can also add touch contacts to it too. Yep, and the beauty with that board is that it's tiny, and it also, you know, fits in the side and should close just fine if you have all this stuff lined up.
How do you? How does the Game Boy go together? Is there just a few screws in the back?
Yeah, there's 6 screws.
Okay.
The problem with the screws in the Game Boy is that they're safety, whatever, tri-wing. Yep. We can take a flat blade and make it pointy, and then stick it in between 2 of the wings, and then it's close enough. And this thing goes back together, and off you go. So that's it. It's pretty easy to put in.
Oh, just in time to catch my train.
Oh yeah, let's go.